So that's the main difference between that. So what we're looking at here is, by its very nature, Agile principles and practices deal with change on a recurring basis, literally on a daily basis. So let's talk a little bit about what we mean in terms of change management using Agile. So first of all, it's important to use Agile processes to successfully manage organizational changes. Okay, so one of the things we do, we have what we call a product backlog in Agile, and it's just a requirements list. It's a list of requirements for the project, and we constantly prioritize and reprioritize those requirements as we go through. So we can use that same type of thing in change management. We can have something called a change management log or a change management backlog, where we introduce all of the different initiatives, determine which will be the most benefit to both the customer and the business. Can everybody mute themselves, please? Thank you. And then also be able to use that and reprioritize on a constant basis. So in terms of change management with Agile, different changes in all different aspects of a project and an organization actually are affected when we use change management using Agile. So they could be changes in safety, security, compliance, and they resulted as a result of workforce transition from live to remote hybrid models. So change is a part of everyone's life right now, because one of the major things that happened because of COVID was remote working. Now, one of the principles of Agile, one of the values, is co-location. Now, we can't do that now because we have people in the office, we have people remote, and then a combination of remote and in the office maybe a couple of days a week, which we call hybrid. So those changes are evident, and we have to know how to handle those changes. We can do that using different types of Agile practices and principles. Agile organizations management needs to guide their organizations through the change for both the project and the overall organization. I worked for Petco for 3 years, and at Petco, it was an Agile organization. We had something called an Agile Center of Excellence, which is basically an Agile PMO. And all of our projects were run with Scrum Masters, product owners, and Agile teams. So that they were all in terms of that. And what they decided to do, after they implemented a couple of Agile projects successfully, they decided to scale that across the entire organization, those Agile principles. And then they used something called SAFe, which is Scaled Agile Framework, which is basically the same principles of the Scrum method of Agile, but at the scale of the overall organization, not just at the project level. So it's really important to do those. And by the way, if I'm throwing anything out there that you don't understand, please interrupt me and ask a question, all right?